Okay, good day to all grade 7 students. In this activity 4, the title is Doing Detective Works. We are going to tackle the velocity. So by means of this activity, we can now compare velocity and speed. Okay, speed and direction. In describing the motion of an object, we do not just describe how fast the object moves. We also consider the direction to where it is going. Speed with direction is referred to as velocity. So yun pala po ang pagkakaiba. If we are going to get the direction of the speed, that is already the velocity. So kung i-compare natin, we have the so-called scalar quantity and vector quantity. Speed is considered as scalar quantity wherein it is only about magnitude without direction. When we say vector quantity, for example, the velocity, it has a magnitude and also a direction. Kagaya po ng distance and displacement doon sa activity 2 natin na diniscuss, ang distance is also an scalar quantity, and the displacement, it has a direction, so that is a vector quantity. The sample weather bulletin below will show you the importance of knowing not just the speed of the storm but also its direction. So ito yung sample naman sa velocity, yung sa picture. Velocity is speed in a given direction. So we are going to use the direction north, south, east, west, or pwede rin po yung left and right. Okay, ito po yung sample weather bulletin. Nakalagay po dyan, tropical storm warning. That is last July 2011, 9:27 AM. Location 90 km east of Infanta, Quezon. Coordinates 14.8 degree north and 122.5 degree east. Strength of the wind, maximum wind speed of 85 km per hour near the center. So kung ididikit natin yung 85 km per hour northeast, yun na po yung velocity. May kasama siyang direction. And gustiness of up to 100 km per hour. Okay, the movement 11 km per hour going west-northwest. On Wednesday AM, expected to make landfall over Polillo Island between 8 AM to 10 AM and over southern Aurora by 1 PM to 3 PM and will traverse central Luzon. Whenever there is a storm coming, we are notified of its impending danger in terms of its speed and direction. So in terms of direction, syempre, inaalam natin kung tadaanan ba yung lugar natin. In terms of speed, gaano ba kabilis yan in terms of circular motion, kasi para yung ipo-ipo na malaki ang yung tinatawag natin na lakas ng rotational speed niya. And gaano naman kabilis din yung pag-andar mismo nung kabuuan ng bagyo, yung movement mismo ng bagyo. So do you know that as the storm moves, winds moves in circle. The circular speed of the winds of the storm determines its strength. O different storm signals are given in places depending on the circular speed of the winds of the storm in the distance from the center. So yung rotational pala po na speed ng bagyo, yun ang nagde-determine ng storm signal kung gaano siya kalakas. So study again the weather bulletin above, which is the speed for the circular motion of the typhoon winds. Kung titingnan natin, ito po yan, maximum wind speed of 85 km per hour near the center and gustiness up to 100 km per hour. Yun yung strength, yung lakas ng bagyo. Which is the speed for the motion of the storm as a whole along the path. Ito naman yun yung movement, yung pag-andar mismo nung kabuuan nung umiikot. Ito yung 100 km hour going west-northwest. Ang nakakatakot po sa bagyo kapag mabagal itong movement niya, pero malakas yung rotational speed niya. Meaning, matagal siyang mag-i-stay sa isang lugar. Yun po yung isa sa delikado sa bagyo. How important are speed and direction in determining the weather forecast for the next hours? So yun ang binanggit natin. Siyempre kung nasaang lugar na ba yung direction ng bagyo, kung yan ba ililiko, lalayo sa lugar natin, or tatamaan yung lugar natin. So we have constant speed versus instantaneous speed. Okay, if you solve for the distance traveled by each participant over the time he took to cover such distance, then you have computed for his average speed. So when we say average speed, that is the total distance traveled of an object and divided by the total elapsed time. Pinagsama-sama lahat ng distance and then lahat ng time na naubos, that is average speed. Meron din naman pong average speed na kukumputin mo na muna yung speed 1 and then speed 2, speed 3 and then add mo yung tatlo, divide by 3. That is also average speed. But why average speed and not just speed? It is considered average speed because it represents the speed of the participants throughout his travel. Meaning, nagkakaroon ng pagbabago sa speed. Kaya kinuha yung tinatawag na average speed. Pwedeng bumagal siya, pwedeng bumilis. So during his travel, there were instances that his speed would vary. Yun, sinabi natin. His speed at an instant is called instantaneous speed. Pag sinabi po natin instantaneous speed, yun yung, halimbawa, gumagamit ka po ng speedometer ng sasakyan. Pag tumingin ka doon sa speedometer, nakita mo is 20 km per hour. In that instant, that is the so-called instantaneous speed. Similarly, the velocity of a moving body at an instant is called instantaneous velocity. The instantaneous speed may be equal, greater than, or less than the average speed. Kasi nga, ang average speed, kinuha na yung lahat. Pwedeng may bumagal, may bumilis. When an object's instantaneous speed values are always the same, then it means that the object is moving with constant speed. So, kailang bihirang-bihira po itong mangyari. Na talagang ang isang object, constant yung kanyang speed. We refer to this as constant motion. Where you will be and what time you will reach your destination is easily predicted when you move at constant speed or velocity. Ang nangyayari ito sa mga straight path, sa mga walang kurbada, pwede nating magawa yan. Kung nagmumotor tayo, gumagamit tayo ng kotse, pwede yan constant speed kung walang curve. Are you familiar with the speedometer? Yung binanggit natin. Speedometer is a device used to measure the instantaneous speed of a vehicle. Speedometers are important to the drivers because they need to know how fast they are going, so they know if they are already driving beyond the speed limit or not. So napakahalaga po talaga sa sasakyan ang may speedometer para tatansya natin kung tayo ba ay nag-o-overspeeding na. And also, yung time of travel natin, natatansya natin kung mararating ba natin yung isang lugar sa target time natin. So, how fast is the velocity changing? In reality, objects do not always move at constant velocity, o yung sinabi natin kanina. Storms like Waning also do change their speeds, direction, or both. The next activity will help you analyze examples of motion with changing velocities or with changing speed. Since we are only trying to analyze examples of motion in only one direction, using tape charts and motion graphs. So ito yung gagawin natin na detective. Magiging detective tayo. Activity 4, doing detective work. So consider this situation below. Suppose you were having your on-the-job training in a private investigating company or OJT ka doon. You were asked to join a team assigned to investigate a hit-and-run case. The alleged suspect was captured by the CCTV camera driving down a road leading to the place of incident. Meaning, yung mismong incident hindi nakunan ng camera. So, kumbaga, yung nakunan ng camera, ng video, ng CCTV, ay yung before doon sa place of incident. The suspect denied the allegation, saying that he was then driving very slowly with a constant speed. Because of the short time difference, when he was caught by the camera and when the accident happened, he insisted that it was impossible that he would already be at that place when the crime happened. So, imposible raw kung gano'n siya kabilis lang tumakbo, imposible makarating siya dun sa lugar na yon with that constant speed. But, when you were viewing the scene again on the camera, you noticed that his car was leaving oil spots on the road. May mga patak-patak ng oil yung kanyang sasakyan. So, when you check these spots on site, you found out that they are still evident. Yun, malinaw pa yung patak ng oil ng sasakyan. So you began to wonder if the spots can be used to investigate the motion of the car of the suspect and check whether he was telling the truth or not. Titignan po natin. Here is an activity that you can do to help you with your investigation. You will analyze the motion using strips of paper with dots. For this activity, assume that the dots represent the oil drops left by the car down the road. So sa activity ito, kailangan natin ng ruler, paper strips with that, and then the cutter or pair of scissors. Tingnan po natin. Okay, procedure, letter A, using tape chart. Obtain from your teacher paper strips with dots. O label each dot start from 0, then 1, 2, 3, and so on. Hanggang ilang dots. In this example, each dot occurred every second. Assuming that every dots ay pumapatak every second. Kung mapapansin po natin, itong dot, examine the distances between successive dots. Kung susukatin nyo po yan, ano ang pagkakaiba? So, how will you compare the distances between successive dots? So, assuming mineasure natin yan, so the distance between two successive dots increases uniformly. So, papalayo ng papalayo mula dito, papalayo na po siya hanggang doon. O, cut the strip of each drop, starting from the first to the last drop, and paste them side by side on a graph paper to form a tape chart as shown in figure 11. Ayan, gupitin po natin, ganyan magiging itsura. So, how do the lengths of the tapes compare? So, kitang-kita naman natin, increases uniformly. Number 3, if each tape represents the distance traveled by the object for 1 second, then what quantity does each piece of tape provided? Ibinigay sa atin yan yung speed or yung bilis ng sasakyan every second. So, what does the chart tell you about the speed of the car? Because the length of the tape increases uniformly, it means that the speed or velocity of the object increases also uniformly. The difference in length between two successive tapes provides the object's acceleration or its change in speed or velocity for time interval of 1 second. How will you compare now the changes in the length of two successive tapes? So the change in length of the tape is constant. The change in speed is constant. Or the length of the tape increases by the same amount in each time interval. Meaning that speed increases by the same amount in each time interval. Meaning yung sasakyan is mula sa mabagal, papabilis na po siya ng papabilis. And the increase in speed is, so what then can you say about the acceleration of the moving car? So the object is moving with blank acceleration. So using motion graphs, so i-graph po natin ito using this table 3. So sukatin nyo po by means of meter ito, dots 1 to dot 2, yun, i-fill up nyo po dito sa table na to. And then after filling up this table, you're now going to do that chart. So as you can see, the chart will be like a parabolic or curve. Kasi nga po, papabilis siya. So meaning, with a short period of time, mahaba na yung nararating niya. So if you found out in your investigation that the arrangement of oil drops left by the car is similar to what you used in this activity, was the suspect telling the truth when he said that he was driving with constant speed? Ano po sa tingin ninyo? Totoo ba yung sinasabi ng driver na hindi siya bumilis, constant speed lang, kaya imposible daw na maabot niya yung lugar na pinangyarihan ng krimen? So, nasa sa inyo po ang pagsagot. So, in this module, you have learned how to describe the motion of objects in terms of position, distance and displacement, speed and velocity, and acceleration. You have also learned how to represent motion of objects using diagrams, charts, and graphs. So, let us summarize what you have learned by relating distance, displacement, speed, velocity, and acceleration. If an object does not change its position at a given time interval, then it is at rest or its speed is 0 or not accelerating. So meaning hindi gumagalaw. Doon sa chart is graph is gumagalaw ang time pero yung distance is stationary, meaning 0 ang kanyang speed. If an object covers equal distance at equal interval of time, then it's moving at a constant speed and is still not accelerating. So kapag constant speed pala po, hindi nagbabago ng speed, hindi nagbabago ng direction, walang acceleration or 0 acceleration. If an object covers varying distance at equal intervals of time, then it's moving with changing speed or velocity. It means that the object is accelerating. So para sa dagdag kaalaman po natin, pag sinabing acceleration, that is the velocity over time. So dinivide natin, kaya ang unit po ng acceleration is meter per second squared. So ang mga bagay po na magkakaroon ng acceleration kapag pinabilis mong object, ang tawag doon is positive acceleration. Pinabagal mo ang speed ng object, that is negative acceleration. Nagpreno, negative acceleration yun. Mayroon naman tinatawag po na constant acceleration, yung constant ang pagdagdag ng speed. Mayroon naman tinatawag na same speed but changing in direction. Nagbabago rin ang acceleration niya in terms of direction, kung circular ang kanyang motion. Yung tinatawag na po na centripetal acceleration.